So hello everyone, today we'll be going to see hack the box machine which is knife. So as we can see, it is a easy box and it is a Linux box. So let's join this machine and try to crack it. So yeah, we got our IP. Let's copy our IP. And so first of all, what we will do is we will just do a simple nmap scan for that IP, so that that command can run quickly, and we can just cross check whether we can connect to that IP. Yes, we can connect. I just did a pin request and I got results from nmap that this IP is running two ports, one is 80 and one is 20. Okay, so it is HTTP and SSH port. So what we can do is let's run nmap scan again, but this time let's enumerate the versions and run some default scripts. Okay, so again going there, and this will take some time, but as we know that we have now this HTTP and SSH port, so we can just enumerate this HTTP port. Let's look at it. So going here in our browser and just go to this port, and it is hosting a page like emergent medical idea, but you can see that nothing is there in this page. We cannot click on anything and it is a static page, I guess. Let's look at the page source, if we can find any hidden comment or any hidden link in the source of the page. Nothing interesting I can find here. Okay, what we can do is let's just verify that whether this is the PHP page or HTML page. So we can see this is a PHP page. So what we can do is we can do a basic manual enumeration, like we can find for any login page. So you can see that file not found, we are getting a 404 error. Again, we can see if there is any page as a register or as admin, so that we can log in, but there is nothing. So it is generally hosting a static page, nothing interesting in it. Let's wait for this nmap scan finish. Yes, it is finished. Let's check the results, what we can get. So it is running OpenSSH 8.2 P1 Ubuntu. Yes, it is running Ubuntu OS and OpenSSH 8.2. And if we just see here, it is running Apache HTTP server. Again, OS is Linux, we know that. Again, nothing interesting here. Like, so what we can do is let's just enumerate this and the pages inside this website, and for that we will run GoBuster. So GoBuster is an enumeration tool. So GoBuster directory mode -u for URL. So let's just give a URL HTTP, and now we need to select a word list. So I will be using setlist user share word list setlist, and what is here, let's go for discovery, for web content, and for raw medium words.txt, and our GoBuster has been started now. So it will take time to process all the words in this word list. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just start our bubsuit. Sorry, we can just start our bubsuit here and enumerate this page more. So I'm just starting my bubsuit here. Yeah, one more thing we forgot here is that let's check if there is any robots.txt file which can give us any hints. So sorry, robots.txt, not a folder, I'm looking at file. So not found, there is not the file is not present. So okay, let's go in Bubsuit again, and the proxy intercept is on. So what we'll do is, let's just change our proxy to Bubsuit and enter again, and here just forward this, enter again, forward. Okay, so now here we can see that our request is going to this server here, and we can just send this to repeater here, repeater, and send this request again. And let's check like what is running, which server is running in the backend. So we can see that server is Apache and powered by PHP 8.1.0, which is a developer version. Now the most suspicious thing or most interesting, as you can say, is I can see that it is running PHP 8.1.0 developer version. Now developer version can include some bugs or some vulnerabilities in it. So what we can do is, let's search for that vulnerabilities on the internet. So what we can do is search for that vulnerabilities here. Yeah, let's just turn off our Bubsuit and refresh this. Now here we can see that there are like many exploits available or very blogs available for this vulnerability. So there is something like backdoor remote command execution vulnerability in this. So what we can do is, let's check for this exploit on exploitdb. Like what does it do? So it's written in Python, as we can see it is written in Python, and what it does is it takes command from the input of the user, and it puts that command in a header, which is user agent 0dm system. And we need to look what is the 0dm system here. I don't know about it. So sorry, 0. Yes, PHP 0dm system. So it's actually an exploit. How can we can see that? Yeah, we found a blog here related to PHP version. Let's go down. So yeah, PHP version 8.1.0 dev was released with a backdoor on March 28, 2021. Two malicious commits were pushed to the PHP source repo, but the backdoor was quickly discovered and removed. So yeah, this version actually contains a backdoor, and we need to look at how we can exploit this backdoor for our use. So if you just go down here, something's wrong with my browser here. Yeah. We just go here. As we can see in the exploit that it is adding a new header, which is user agent, and adding a new T and 0dm system and our command. So that we can do in our in our Bubsuit. So what we can do is, let's just copy this user agent, go to our Bubsuit in repeater, and after user agent, let's put this header. So what was it? Yes, 0dm system Bubsuit. Yeah, close this and put on like enter ls. So we can just see if the backend executes this command. If the server executes this command, I will just press send, and let's just see, yes, we can execute any command using this backdoor in PHP version 8.1.0 dev. So as we can see, we can execute the ls command. Let's just try some few other commands. So I will try the whoami command to check which user we are logged into. So the username is James, and I think it is a we can find the user flag in this James user. So what we can do is let's check for which users are there in the home folder. It is again James, so let's check the content of the James directory in the home folder, and we can see that user.txt is there in the James folder. So what we can do is let's just cat that user.txt, and by that we can get the user flag for this machine. And yes, we got this user flag here. Now the second step is getting the root flag. For that we need to check like if we can what commands can James run as a sudo. So for that I will be using sudo -l command, and let's send this, and we can see that user James may run the following commands on knife. Knife is the name of this box on the machine, and it is again knife. Knife is actually a program here which can be run by James as a root, as a sudo. So we can just run this as James, and let's just check sudo knife, and here we can see that it is a big program. As we can see that error, you need to pass a subcommand. Okay, and here we can see the help menu of the knife program here, the knife script or program, I don't know what it is. Let's search on Google like what is knife command, and knife command. So yeah, it is actually developed by Chef, and let's just see what it is. So knife is a command line tool that provides an interface between a local Chef repo and a Chef infra server. Okay, and if we just go down here, so there are a few built-in commands as we can see in the help menu and in this documentation. So what knife can do, it can mostly do anything. It can download anything, delete any file, create new users, and as James can run this knife program as sudo, so knife can run any program as sudo. But here we need to check like if there is any command to run any program in the knife. So yes, we can find this knife exec, and let's check what it is. So use the knife exec subcommand to execute Ruby scripts. So it can run Ruby scripts. The knife program can run Ruby scripts as a sudo, because James can run knife as sudo. So knife can run any Ruby script as sudo. So that can be a jackpot to us. So what we can do is let's just try once the sudo knife exec, and can we run any, what we can see, any command? Yes, we can run the command using -e option, which executes a string locally on the workstation using chef shell. Okay, we can run the command -e, any command. So give us command like ls again, and it shows me an error that no input file specified. So let's just do this, but it is not running the command, I see. No, we need to first as we are running this command inside the Ruby. So what we can do is we need to first enter system. Like in Python there is os.system, in Ruby there is only system. So let's just send this again, and we can check. Yes, it is running command. So actually Ruby is running any command. So what we can do is let's check for who am I. So I think it will be showing as root. See, so we have elevated our privileges, and what we can do is now let's just see what is in the root folder, if there is any flag present. So yeah, there are like 3 files present, delete.sh and root.txt. Yes, root.txt is present, and we can just simply now cat this root.txt. So cat root and root.txt. Send this again, and we can see our root flag here. So it was a pretty easy box, nothing much. We need to first check like which PHP server it was running, and then as it was running the PHP 8.1.0 dev version, and we just Google it, and we can see that there were a few exploits available, and we just researched the vulnerability. So nothing was special in that vulnerability. 0DM backdoor was present, so we just exploited it, and we just got our user privilege, and then we just escalated our privilege and got the root flag using the knife command. So yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching this video.